Let's go right back to the beginning and talk about what breast prostheses are and why we have them. Hi, my name is Sherry from Twin Sisters Mastectomy Boutique, and I'm always talking about breast prosthesis, mastectomy bras, because that's what I do for a living. I fit people with them. But what are they for? So, if you have undergone breast surgery due to a diagnosis of breast cancer, then you may have gone through a mastectomy surgery, which is the full removal of the breast, or a partial, sometimes called a lumpectomy, which is the partial removal of the breast, which would leave, the mastectomy would leave you with no breast, and the partial or lumpectomy would leave you with a smaller breast, perhaps even differently shaped. Now, I'm not a doctor or a nurse. I've been doing this a really long time, and at the end of the day, always follow whatever your healthcare team says, okay? But let me just show you what a breast prosthesis is. So a breast prosthesis is made out of surgical grade silicone. They come in different sizes, different skin tones, different shapes, and they are weighted to be about 30% lighter than breast tissue. And if you've had a mastectomy, which is the full removal of the breast, this would replace the breast. Now, somebody very smart told me once, the best prosthesis in the world is still a prosthesis. It's not going to be the same as your breast. But while you're wearing it, perhaps you can forget that it's a prosthesis, because nobody will be able to tell. It's soft because it's made out of surgical grade silicone. It passes the hug test. It moves like a breast. It warms up to body temperature, and it goes into a mastectomy bra to keep it, from moving around. So that is a full breast prosthesis. But what if you've had a lumpectomy or a partial and you don't need a full breast prosthesis? Well, then there's something called a partial, which is hollowed out on the inside, and so it can go over the smaller breast and then make the girls into twins. So at the end of the day, you should be able to wear your tightest, whitest t-shirt, and the girls look like twins. Nobody can tell. And these are both made out of surgical grade silicone. The partials also come in different shapes, different skin tones, different sizes, different thicknesses, because this one might be too thin for somebody and they need something thicker, but not as thick as a full breast prosthesis. Now, sometimes people come in and they want this, to buy these before their surgery so they have something to wear right away. But because they are weighted, they both have weight to them, we want to be kind to your body and make sure you're healed not only on the outside, but also on the inside, because it's a big surgery. So you have to wait like 4 to 6 weeks before being fit with a prosthesis, and you can't buy it ahead of time because you don't know if your chest wall is going to be flat, if you're going to have some shape left over, if it's going to be concave. So even if you were to have a double mastectomy, you might wear a size 4 on this side and a size 7 on that side, so that they look even, because the chest wall might be different. So trust the process. Go to a proper fitter who is going to be able to fit you with a surgical grade silicone breast prosthesis, because these are really, the best ones. These are recognized all over the world, and in places like Canada, where I am, these are the only ones that are approved by the government for good reason, because you do want that weight. And let's say you're a single mastectomy and you have a breast on one side and not on the other. It's important to have a weighted prosthesis because it gives you the balance, right? Because you don't want weight on one side of your body and not the other. So there's a lot that goes into it. So if you're having surgery, find a mastectomy boutique near you. Ask them for breast prosthesis, surgical grade silicone breast prosthesis, and then work with them to find the right one for you. These are literally off the shelf. They're not custom made, although you can get custom made ones, but they can literally take them off the shelf, out of their cupboards, wherever, and fit you with the right shape, size, skin tone for you, so that when you're ready, you can go and the girls will match and nobody will know. And I trust me when I tell you that you have been in the presence of many, many, many people who are wearing a breast prosthesis and you just don't know it. Whether you're at the grocery store, the airport, your kid's school, your own work environment, there's somebody wearing a breast prosthesis. And why don't you know? Because they work really well. They blend in, they're fitted properly, and you'd never know. And nobody's going to know unless you tell them. So I hope that helps. Let me know if you have any questions below, things you'd like me to address or answer questions on. I'm not a doctor or a nurse, but perhaps I can answer some of these questions. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon.